I don't have any of the words prepared. I'm going to shove it to you this week.
No!
Yes.
No!
I did it twice in a row. I'm exhausted.
That might be the intro. Hello and welcome to Potato Chip Pictures, the movie franchise review podcast. My name is B. Sammy Davis.
Hello. I'm also B. Sammy Davis.
The gasp.
Hi, it's Justin.
I'm starting a cult, and that cult is gonna be all Sammys. It's gonna be all Sammys. Well, tell me about 2017's Cult of Chucky.
Still, once again, maybe. Oh, for the last time, I don't know. We're not looking at the series shows, so maybe he's back in those. But for the movies, this is the second to last Chucky that we're going to look at. But Don Mancini is still helming for directing, screenwriting, not producing. But David Kirshner is still there for producing, with Ogden Gavansky now joining.
Heard of the guy?
Yeah,
Yep.
$5 million budget as far as we understand. No box office, straight direct to home video,
Yeah. There are numbers that get thrown around. The one that I'm seeing right now is that in its first month, I guess, it grossed $2.3 million from physical media sales. But we don't get to know what were the streaming sales. We don't get to know like any of the other numbers. And we definitely don't get to know how it has progressed. Obviously, it made less money month over month, but I would like to know the running total. Has it made its money back by now?
I feel like they knew themselves enough that Chucky was a brand name. He looks a little different in this one. Doesn't end up with the scar face. I think it's eventually all right. I don't really dig the doll face to animatronic face, where it's like, this is obviously a doll's face. The mouth doesn't move, and it just doesn't change as well for me. Like, it's more like a Toy Story type feel of the toys are alive when you're not watching.
Yeah, and it works for me because I think it was like 2 movies ago when Jennifer Tilly was like, or no, it was Chucky 2 Tiffany saying Barbie up or something like that, to be like,
oh, don't move.
Go into doll form. and they, just go to the reset position, and then you don't push any buttons. But for me, the audience, I'm sitting here like, wow, they're staying perfectly still. So it works for me. Boo all you want. It works for me.
I think less overall of this movie works for me. I am happy that it continues Nica's story. I feel like she doesn't get as portrayed as not vengeful, just victorious from the previous movie. Like, even though she lost everybody, she was rubbing it in Chucky's face like, ha, you suck.
Oh yeah. And in this one, she's kind of a bit of a chump.
She's a little downplayed. I don't know, like, sure, she's spent all these years, and apparently she's been like hypnotized and whatnot, and it's like,
that's true. She's been beaten up by
and the brain scrambled with the electroshock therapy. I don't know actually what it actually does to your brain, but I don't think it can be good.
Yeah, I don't want it.
Maybe in some scenario it's helpful treatment for something, but
you've got, eventually we get to see what type of hypnosis she has been under.
Yeah, creepiest.
I guess I can be forgiving of a Nica who isn't as ready for the fight as she was in the last movie.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's not as slow, I guess, as the beginning. But it is definitely I don't know, it feels more artsy for some reason. Like,
Okay, I'm
let's
glad you said it. I am
okay.
so glad you said it because my mixed feelings for this whole thing is that I think this story sucks, but I think visually this is probably the best movie in the franchise.
Oh yeah,
Like,
I would
it
agree.
looks so good. It is such a good looking movie. Just
Yeah.
visually stunning. It's got some really strange and interesting ideas and angles that it plays with. The sets are very Tim Burton esque. Um, it works for me. The story doesn't, like, I'm bored all the way through, but
Yeah.
it looks so good.
I think there's not too many reasons to really keep it at the place other than here's people that are defenseless and can be killed by Chucky. Like, okay, but we didn't really care if you threw a mailman doing his route at Chucky. Like, he would just die. But yeah, the side characters have some arcs, and I don't think I quite understand the red hair guy's complete arc because, like, he says he has Chucky's voice in his brain too, but he's a
Yeah.
dude, like a real life person.
That's ugh. His is the most frustrating because it feels like the most wasted.
Hmm.
He's so close to interesting that I want to stick up for him, but at
It
the
could have
same
been,
time, yeah, there's not enough there. He's
yeah.
just kind of there for the beginning and the end. There's an interesting idea that they have, but they never see it through. And they
Hmm.
dismiss it when they finally get to that idea.
Yeah, yeah. I don't really understand. I feel like since he's a side character, we don't need to know as much about his multiple personalities, but it
Mm-hmm.
feels like it when you have different people, there's different motivations, and sometimes the different characters came through. So he didn't do a horrible job being different people, but it felt like I don't really, we haven't circled back to the first guy or whatever, so I don't really need to remember the first guy that he was, or something like that. So,
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's part of the wasted potential. Let's do him first because
sure.
like he's the most frustrating and he's the reason, like he's probably the reason that reduces my score overall is this character in particular. He's the love interest, he's the best friend. When we're introduced, he seems, a little toxic, a little problematic, but maybe he's a sane person in this medium security uh, prison that Nica has been shipped off to. We learn that he is crazy. He's got different personalities. Maybe he's faking it. Maybe he's not. But at one point, our possession happy Chucky uh, seemingly possesses this guy.
Seems
And he's
like,
creepy a couple of times. But then at the end of the movie, Chucky Prime is like, I reject you
yeah.
because you're not good enough or something. And so maybe there is a soul of Chucky buried in those personalities, but because he's got dissociative identity disorder, he's not able, but Chucky is imprisoned inside of there. So therefore it didn't work. I don't know. I'm justifying something that isn't there. They like, ooh, he's frustrating.
Yeah. Malcolm is his name, and he does a couple of things in the entire story. Like he goes and gets Chucky out of the grave. Yeah, heard that the one lady, I can't remember her name, Angela.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm not
Uh,
going to remember any
no, that's the
of their
dead one.
names.
Claire, who burned her house down. No, Madeline smothered her. infant child to death, and so she's taken Chucky as her replacement child. And yeah, I'm like, okay, that's something.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
There are some very interesting ideas. It's just that none of them are really played out.
you know, well, he's I don't know. We're not ranking people individually, but
Yeah, that's
he's
true. That's true. Go on with him and his minor interesting points.
I'm trying to think of what else he does because it feels like he teams up with the doctor in just being creepy. The
Mhm.
Dr. Foley is just kind of there as a therapist to remind everybody that yeah, they're in here for problems, but also hey, don't be so mean because people are in here with problems or something like that. It felt a little hand wavy, like yes, you're the doctor in charge of this place. Don't really ask him any doctor questions because he won't know. Uh,
Mm-hmm. You know, I'm kind of curious about the actor Adam Hertig. Um,
he's very
the
creepy.
guy who he plays Michael, he plays or multiple Malcolms
Oh,
sometimes. Um, but he does not have a link on his or on Wikipedia at least, and then on Google he's towards the bottom of the cast list. Like I'm sitting here like is why does nobody care about him in this movie? He's the love interest. He's the one who actually
barely.
scores.
Watch, he's gonna be Jennifer Tilly's child or something. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, I'm not gonna spend any time looking it up, but
I thought you were talking about the doctor. Doctor convincingly pulls off creepy doctor and
oh
seems
yeah.
like apparently his hypnosis is to take advantage of patients. So
Yep.
he's approved for dying. That's my book.
You know, and he's one of the better characters because, like, you get creepy vibes off of him, but at
Oh,
the same time, he isn't doing anything until he's doing something. And
yeah.
then you're like, okay,
Ah, he
he's a
is
bad
evil.
guy.
Yeah.
um,
Uh,
and then I'm trying to think of any other standouts. Well, she's not long for the movie, but the old lady, I forget if she
Angela?
Angela, thank you. Yes, Angela. Um I I was sad that she was killed off as early as she was. I really enjoyed her for every scene that she was in.
She seemed committed to the bit. 30 years in the place, thinking she is already dead.
Yep.
I think if you already think that, and then you live for 30 years thinking that, like, well, of course you're a ghost, except
Mm-hmm.
the fact that you still have probably all your bodily functions. So make that out to why ghosts exist. So I'm like,
Exactly.
don't think it would
Who's
jive.
who's ever heard of a ghost that needs a shower?
Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, she dies first. I think her staged death, framed death was interesting. Like, okay,
Yeah.
Chucky's going to use Nica trying to commit suicide to stitch her up right in her blood on the floor because,
Mm-hmm.
Chucky's magical. So apparently it's way easy to use like plastic thread to
He
sew
was
someone's arm
using
up.
toy thread to stitch her up. It's such a good effect. And
It looks nice, yes.
I'm going to say the build up to the attempted suicide was really pretty interesting and pretty dope. You know, we skipped over a lot of it, but Nika used to be in maximum security. Then she's getting transferred to medium,
Oh,
where she will also get to have visitors. And her very first visitor is her niece Alice's foster mother, uh, Tiffany Valentine, played by Jennifer Tilly. And they even say, "You look so much like Jennifer Tilly."
Jennifer Tilly's
um,
just disappeared,
yep. And so I'm sitting here thinking, okay, we've got a cameo with Jennifer Tilly, because she's sadistic. She's evil. She's really good in what I thought was going to be her only scene. And she just essentially hand waves Alice away. Alice is dead. Sorry, guys. Like,
Yeah, that one did feel a bit like, well, you made this big deal of using a kid at the end of the last movie. Sure, it wasn't like shown, but you purposely didn't kill off Alice, and now she's dead in between the credits.
And, later on, we're going to learn that she was possessed. Hide the Soul worked. And
Finally.
and it worked for a while until someone fought back. And it turns out being in a little girl's body is not totally advantageous because she was killed. Presumably trying to kill someone else.
Yeah.
But we don't get to see any of that. Sorry.
No.
She's just mentioned.
Only got so much money for stuff.
Exactly. But that's how we get the Chucky doll into the hospital. That's how we get the attempted suicide. And that's how we get Angela's death, where everyone's made to think it's a suicide. And
are all of the Chuckies delivered? I feel like I kind of stopped paying attention, and one Chucky got delivered, but then there's 3 by the end.
So 2 were delivered. 1 was already there. The one that was already there was specifically a Chucky doll that Dr. Foley found on eBay and purchased. And so it is just a good guy doll from the 80s with the pre-recorded name of Chucky.
And then Tilly brings one.
Yep. And that is our Charles
Prime.
Lee Ray.
Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
And then there's one more that gets delivered. Okay,
and I was about to say, the only person we have not covered, and he is at the beginning of the movie, is Andy. It's Andy.
I do feel like it's a different take. Like, I'm sure that prep for it was like, okay, this is Andy still nobody believes him, but now you took out the Chucky that came for you and tied him up and tortured him for his crimes. Like, man, Andy didn't quite make it out of this unscathed.
Oh yeah, like once torture gets involved, my opinion on someone turns pretty rapidly, and so getting it right at the beginning, I'm sitting here like, okay, Andy, you're a little weird. But we also discover that Chucky can't die. So because there's no heart for Andy to shoot, it's only this messed up head. All he can do is continually damage him. Yeah.
It seems like that's all Andy really wants at this point. So, okay.
And then he's gone for most of the movie. So I'm sitting here like, wow, he really is just as sadistic as everyone else. Like, he's a bad guy too. But then he's going to see in the news that killings have started around Nica, and apparently, I guess he sees a doll. Like, I don't know. I don't know why he decides that he is charging headlong.
Going to go there. They need me.
And that's how we get our third doll, because he has kept a doll that he shaved the head of. And apparently this is a surprise.
Had Chucky inside of it? I don't. Or did they?
No, this was another one that was just a doll. And I'll be honest with you, I thought that Andy had put his soul in the doll. Like, I was sitting here thinking, okay, maybe we're gonna have doll Andy versus doll Chucky. Like, that's where my head went.
I can see that. Okay. But no,
nope.
it's a Trojan horse. I can appreciate that is an odd thing to add to the franchise, but we've had dolls that can conceive, so it's not too far off They can do anything they want.
Exactly. And I'm going to push back a little. I don't think it's a Trojan horse. I think it's more of a zombie infection situation because, like, he purposely brings the doll in hoping that it will get possessed, I think, but I don't know how he would know that it could get possessed.
I mean, maybe not possessed, but he smuggled the stuff in with it.
Oh, I get what you're saying. The Trojan horse is not for people.
No,
it's not for souls.
guns. Because I do think that seems half reasonable. He assaults the police officer after asking to get committed. It's like, well, yes. You asked to get committed. I said no, and you attacked him. I mean, that doesn't scream mental health. So,
yep. I'm trying to think of anyone else we need to. Well, those are all of our opening players.
Yeah, like there's helpers. I don't think we ever get the nurse's name, but Carlos is one.
We get one of the nurses' names, I think. At least it's on the cast list.
Ashley?
Exactly. And I don't think we ever see the other female nurse. We get her name as well.
Oh, I don't even know if I saw that.
Well, I'm just remembering because it's Nurse Carlos when he's making Fiona or Nica welcome. He's like, if you need to go to the bathroom, call these two people. So I know he says both of their names and he says the days they work. I don't remember. I don't think we ever see the other one. I think we only get one. So we talked about Angela. She's our first patient to talk about, but I think the second one who goes is Claire. The really mean one, the bully.
She speaks her mind.
Yeah.
I mean, she's wrong, but...
Every time she is wrong, but she is so abrasive about it. She's like, I'll just bully you into agreeing.
A lot of adults have been wrong in the Child's Play franchise. So
100%.
She's got that.
Yep, she is not alone. It's probably the most sane thing about her. But I'll be honest with you. I don't remember why she's in there. Like, she seems like a normal person to me. I know they say why she's in there, but she seems Oh, is she the arsonist?
Down. Yes, but it just burned her house down. Like, I don't remember what she said about burning her house down.
Yeah, maybe she didn't burn anyone else's house down, just her own. But
yeah,
for some reason, lighting fires gets you put into this asylum, this medium security asylum. But I kind of liked her death. It is a repeat. And, if we look back on the Austin Powers franchise, I got real mad at Goldfinger for doing a lot of repeats. And we get a repeat with Claire's death, but it was just different enough for me to be like, yeah.
I think it was interesting. I didn't immediately go to the repeat thought, but I see it.
It's even a bottle. So the repeat specifically is the honeymoon suite in The Bride of Chucky when Tiffany, as a doll, throws a champagne bottle up into a mirrored ceiling and the shards of glass come crashing down and killing the couple who are on the waterbed. It's one of the more enjoyable deaths. Oh God, I love slasher movies. They make me sound like a monster. But then this one, it's like a helium tank or an oxygen tank, and they've got a skylight where the snow is just, snowing peacefully onto this glass skylight. And Chucky breaks it off and sends it flying.
I'll admit, I went to Child's Play 2 where he blows up the teacher with a pump, right?
Oh yeah, he puts the bike pump in her chest, but he kills her with a yardstick. Like, clearly he didn't care about the what is it called, an embolism when there's oxygen in the blood,
right? And like he had it right there, so I was like,
Yeah.
she's tied down, and so it was a different death than I initially expected. But then I was like, well, okay, of course she's underneath glass. Let's slice her up. We got to get a
Yeah.
decapitation here somehow.
Yeah. And this time, dear listener, both Justin and I watched the unrated versions. So if there are differences, if you watched the rated version and you hear us talk about things like a particularly gruesome death, and you're like, that never happened, write in and let us know, because I would be interested in knowing what the rated version was like.
I feel like the rated version doesn't include their rendezvous, because
Ah,
I
the
checked the
stairwell.
I checked the, what do you call it, IMDb Parents Guide, and
Oh.
there was no reference to it. So I was like, hold on, I
There
guess
is
that's
there's a bit of sexy times that happens in the stairway between
nothing really comes of it, and it did kind of come
exactly
out of nowhere. So I was like, that's fair. It was not necessary.
exactly. Of all the sex scenes to cut, this is the one, because I keep saying love interest because of the sex scene. There's nothing in the movie that would suggest that they are lovers. And yeah, like it's nothing. It really is the most unnecessary sex in all of cinema. They're both fully clothed, though I guess maybe he's got his pants down, but they are positioned in a way so as not to show any bits,
Hmm.
and they don't fall in love, they don't care about each other, they never talk about it, nobody's
They
pregnant.
never
There's
bring it up.
nothing. Yeah.
Nobody.
There is
I kind of
no reason.
expected a Chucky baby to happen because it was like, well, okay, I don't know what that was for, but
Yep, nothing. Nothing comes of it. Maybe. Maybe something
maybe.
comes out of the series, but we're not watching the series. So
Yeah.
we've only got the movie to look at, and that was the most unnecessary sex I have seen in a movie in my life, where I was like, what? Like, okay. The other one that I'm going to think of is 8 Mile, a movie we're never going to watch on this podcast, but a good movie. And at one point, Eminem has sex with his girlfriend. I forget the actor's name or the character's name. Um, but the whole reason for that is because later on, he's going to catch her sleep or banging someone else. And he's going to be like, you're cheating on me. And it's going to be this whole emotional outburst. When you watch it in the moment, you're like, why do I have to watch them having unsexy sex? But then later on, it pays off. This movie, we watch
Zero.
unsexy sex and never talk about it again.
That's why I think it was the unrated version. Like,
Mm,
maybe we'll see. Maybe somebody will let us know.
yeah, maybe. So write in if there are any differences that you hear about as we go. But okay, so we dealt with Angela and Claire. I'm trying to remember who is next.
Dr. Foley, Claire, Angela, Malcolm, Carlos, Madeline.
It's either
is
Madeline or
the
Nurse
baby one.
Carlos. Yeah. Okay, so it is Madeline.
Yeah, I'd say
Hers
so.
is my favorite.
Oh,
100%. It
I
is.
kind of don't understand what he ripped out.
I don't think he
It's
ripped
just
anything out. I think he shoved his. Oh, maybe he
her.
ripped. Maybe he ripped out like her
It's
esophagus or something.
something like it did. It was. That's where I'm like, maybe that was part of the cutting floor. Who knows if we ever really need to know, other than he suffocated her.
Yeah,
Um,
it's
yeah.
it's such an interesting sequence. The whole sequence from her going to bed and the tension of like what's going to happen between these two, and then him revealing that like maybe they know each other are alive, but maybe not. Like maybe this is the first time he's speaking to her because he's like, you're crazy.
Yeah, it seemed like she had such deep problems. She still believed that was her son, and he was like, "I'm going to use this opportunity to kill you." And but he like was one he didn't have to rush it. So I'm like, okay, this is Chucky when he's. I'm trying to think of like when a villain feels like a predator, where it's like they have control of the situation and
Mm.
are about to kill something. So like all of the Alien movies, you know.
Yeah. See, and I totally got like sympathy kill. Like
Mm,
uh, more akin to like a war movie where you see someone suffering and then someone
I
just comes up and
guess.
kills them, but there's no
Yeah.
like malice or hatred. It's just like boom, you're dead. And I got that impression from this, but at the
Mm.
same time, it's still Chucky, and so he's gonna
Yeah.
enjoy it in his
I
own
don't,
way.
yeah, like I don't see sympathy in him, but the end of Curse of Chucky, he has something for moms. I feel like that's a
Hmm.
bit of something because he
Could
was
be.
he stalked that family and then kidnapped that lady and uh what's the word, hurt her child so that she couldn't walk. It was
Hmm.
maybe a little bit. I can see where that would show up.
Yeah. So, most interesting 10 out of 10 scene. Like, for me, the standout is the whole end of Madeline sequence. Oh man, it's just so trippy.
Hmm.
It really is everything that's best about this movie without being overtly scary,
Oh
as it
yeah.
were. And that's the other reason I think that Chucky likes Madeline is because everybody else he's tried to scare in some way.
Hmm.
Uh, and then with her, it's a calm conversation where he's like, "This, you ready? Like it's gonna happen now." Like, oh, so interesting.
I mean, a little bit of the interesting part. Like, not my favorite Chucky movie, but it had enough in it that I didn't hate it.
And that's where I'm at. Like, there are parts that I genuinely hated, where I was like, "Oh, this sucks," and then other parts that genuinely loved. And the part that I genuinely hated was also somewhere around here, and that's the hypnosis scene, the first one. It's so gross.
Yeah, yeah. Trying to remember what exactly was the
So there are
gross.
two hypnosis scenes. The first one is just very rapey, where
Yeah.
he's just like, "Ooh, I'm gonna miss our little time together." And Nika's like, "Chucky's behind you," and Chucky just knocks him out with a baseball bat.
Oh yeah, that
Like
one.
no murder. It's just like boom.
He blames her for getting him knocked out. Like,
Yeah, like she's hypnotized and way too low to hit him on the back of the head,
yeah,
but for some reason it's her fault. Like,
of course.
ugh.
Yeah. Yep.
1 out of 10.
Yeah. I was trying to remember the difference between the two, but the second one goes a bit further, and
Yeah.
it's they. I was like, how do you promote yourself as an actor? Like, you could cast me as someone incredibly creepy. I can do that. It's in my wheelhouse because this guy just funky feelings from the beginning, which kudos to the actor. You pulled it off.
Hmm.
Great acting, because it's like Andy when he was a kid.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There are times when I'm like, I don't even know if this is really acting. I think this dude is really a creep.
I mean, I'm not gonna make
Yeah,
accusations.
like
He did a really
he's
great job.
probably it was very good. It's like the kid who played Joffrey in Game of Thrones. Like the whole world hated him because he's a brilliant actor.
Yeah.
Like so good on this guy. I hated his character. He made it believable.
On purpose, you did that. Oh, okay.
Hmm. Trying to think of who else might have died. I don't know if anybody else
Let's see. I have the
gets
list.
it because I think yeah, go ahead. If
Angela,
we
is
got
the
her.
old lady. Claire is the glass ceiling.
Yeah.
Madeline gets choked. Carlos gets
Yeah.
stabbed later.
Okay, so we are on
Second
hypnosis number 2.
Yeah, that's where they're most.
Because there's a lot of nothing that happens.
Yeah, it's very artsy nothing, but yes, not a
Yeah.
lot of nothing that happens.
Yeah. It looks great. It really is visually stunning, but it sometimes feels like a 90s French film where it's
Mhm.
just like, oh my God.
It's like Sin City if you chopped it into a couple of pieces, a
Yeah. Yeah.
short, very black and white uh, short film.
But I enjoyed Hypnosis number 2. Like, as much as I hate Hypnosis number 1, as much of a stain on the whole movie that is, I'm kind of into Hypnosis number 2.
I feel like at that point, who all is in the room? Because I feel like it's everybody is in the room or something like that.
Yeah. So I think he brings one of the Chuckies with him. And then during the hypnosis, someone delivers uh, the short haired doll, which is the one that Andy sent.
Mm-hmm.
And so he opens it up and he puts it on the table. I don't know where the other two living Chuckies come from. That's the part I'm confused about because,
One was with Madeline, the other came
and one
from
is in the
Tiffany.
room.
Because Tiffany dropped one
Uh,
off. Is that the same one that is Chucky?
yeah, yeah.
Because I only
And
really
that's
remember
that's the
him.
one that possessed Madeline's doll.
Yeah, I was like, I don't remember which one. Who possesses Win? Because one of them I think happens off screen, but the other one is short hair
Exactly.
Chucky.
So the one that happens to Madeline's doll happens off screen, and it's a big shocking reveal when we discover
A
that there
little
are
bit
two
like
dolls.
the Thing, where
Yeah.
somebody got infected, but it's a Chucky doll. Obviously, it's gonna kill you.
Mm-hmm. And then, of course, during Angela's funeral, we are led to believe that Michael gets possessed. Though, as I already mentioned, that's one of those weird ones that I want to justify, but it's not worth justifying because he's not in the movie enough.
Yeah. And Chucky gets buried outside at some point and claws his way out, right? Yeah.
Well, I thought someone dug him up or something. I don't know. Because there's a dirty doll that gets to Madeline's room.
Oh, yeah. Nica watches the grave of Madeline's Chucky doll when she sees the ground break. Before she can alert anyone, another Chucky doll knocks her out with a sedative.
Okay.
I recall that now, but
I do as well. But yeah, there's a lot that's going on. But I don't. So where I'm trying to remember, because we do get the two living dolls into hypnosis number 2, they will knock out and maybe kill Dr. Foley.
he doesn't get dead until the end. She smashes his face.
That's right. So he gets knocked out for some reason, and they possess the third doll, the short-haired doll that Andy sent. So now we've got 3 living dolls.
Is ready to go get Andy for what he's done.
Oh yeah. But what I distinctly remember is Carlos opening the door and getting jumped by 3 dolls. Like, oh man, that's vicious and brutal. It is so brutal.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. I say the signature move of Chucky franchise is to throw somebody at the Chuckies for them to die. Like Carlos didn't really do much other than live until he was the next victim.
He's a very cool character at the beginning of the movie, and then he's just kind of there for the rest of the movie, not really doing anything, and until we need to kill him.
Yep.
Like, we're not going to write him as an interesting character beyond that first scene.
Yeah. Before he dies, the Chuckies were revealing that they looked on the internet for additional voodoo spells, so they leveled up. I love
that.
Got a new spell, and now they can be in multiple bodies. Like, okay.
And I love that is the explanation for the entire movie. They're like, yes, we have multiple Chuckies who are possessed. There's even going to be a head of a Chucky that is possessed somewhere. All of these different Chuckies for his titular cult of Chucky.
Why are there no other doll murdering things if these can be found on the internet? I bet that is answered in the series.
Maybe. Or it was just one of those things where they were like, we need to explain to the audience why this happened. Just like, okay, fine. It's on the internet. Who cares? Leave us alone.
It happens. Okay. And we're good. Yeah.
Oh, and then there's the argument, because the argument is the other part that I was like, oh, come on. So 3 Chuckies, all of them want to kill Andy.
It's
so naturally, the new guy is going to be the one who gets to go.
Because of a bad haircut. He's so
yeah.
mad. I mean, I'm watching 3 animatronic dolls argue about the what's you call it, the leverage or the soundness of their argument as to why they could go murder someone that started this franchise and came back. I've allowed my disbelief to be suspended, so sure, they hate their haircut enough for him to go be the one.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah, it was odd, but didn't bring down my very average score.
Yeah, and it was fun. Like, I enjoyed that there was a gun inside the Chucky.
I was a complete surprise, and like, I'm glad they did mention that. Yes, that's Andy sent it. And I was like, oh, okay. So the gun got its way in there. Like, I was like, hold on, are we manifesting guns inside of these dolls now? So I was confused enough to be like, hold on, where did this come from?
Yeah, I was into it. I was fine with it. We get a pretty, I'm not going to say phenomenal, but a pretty interesting major twist when Nica gets possessed by Chucky.
I think it was, yeah. I did not see that happening because he wanted to kill her. So, what do you think?
I think the first thing that really kind of took me out of it was when Nica stood right up.
Yes.
Because apparently with a new soul, your spine gets repaired.
I did feel the same, and then I was like, in universe, Chucky's spirit moves plastic dolls. So
that's true.
Like,
and he's got the relative strength of a full-grown man based on the first movie.
So that was the immediate in-universe justification of like, well, he can make other like materials move by possessing them. So okay. But yeah, it was a bit of a leap.
So yeah. But I'm with you. I was like, fine, whatever. Yeah. Let's go. I already knew that Fiona Dourif was not a paralyzed actor. I knew that she was in that chair as part of the character and not part of her as a person. So I wasn't so bothered by that, but at the same time, I was like, okay, fine, whatever.
I was not aware, and I don't think I thought she was confined to a wheelchair, but I did not expect her to stand up, and I do think it's a bit of convenience for future Chucky things. Like, okay, well, now she can be sleuthing around and sneaking around on her own.
Walk around wherever she wants. So no extra props.
Yeah.
And then the thing that I'm going to say I did like it, relatively speaking, I really did like it. She does a really good impression of her dad. She's really good at it.
And since we don't see Alice, we don't know if Alice had a Alice voice or a Chucky voice. So I think it's service. Like it can be how it is. Like you don't have to do
Mm-hmm.
a complete Chucky voice, but if the voice goes away.
Yeah. If she decided to just start speaking like herself again, maybe saying all the lines but not doing her dad's voice, then I'm fine with it. I'm not bothered by it, but okay, here's the thing. A lot of this movie, she doesn't have a lot of makeup on. And for a lot of this movie, she looks a lot like her dad. And so I realized that Brad Dourif is hot.
Objectively, of course, you know.
That's the only explanation for Fiona Dourif being as attractive as she is.
The headshots of this man in his IMDb page, yeah, he's the good-looking dude.
Oh yeah.
Most
When he was
actors
a young man, he was very handsome. Like
in Lord of
it's
the Rings,
kind of
man.
surprising. Exactly. Like it's really shocking at how relatively little star power he had. Like he didn't get a lot of big movies or a lot of big roles. Chucky is still like the top of his most known.
Mm-hmm.
But then on his smaller or supporting parts, he's so good. And especially Wormtongue in The Two Towers and I think Return of the King. I think he's also in that one.
Briefly, maybe?
Yeah, but he's definitely in Two Towers.
Yes.
And he's hideous. He is, they make him up to look as slimy as possible. And now I'm looking at his hot daughter and I'm like, oh man, this is weird.
You already discussed Tiffany showing up at the end, or did I miss that?
No, I didn't, but let's bring her up because this is the other thumbs down for me.
I mean, to get there, he has to kill Dr. Foley as Nica, and then
with a very gruesome face stomping.
Nurse Ashley and Malcolm both get drilled with a power drill, and then Chucky dies, the short hair one, from Andy's gun and stuff. I feel like those are not as interesting. Like we already said that Malcolm wasn't too interesting. Ashley happens off screen. Dr. Foley, very gory, visceral, sure.
Yes.
I'll give him props for that. That was the most brutal. I feel like that was even more than Carlos, but Carlos was...
Oh, yeah. There are times when I'm sitting here thinking, I wonder what kind of fruit they dressed up to look like a head.
Yeah, don't know.
Because it gets a good smashing.
They don't do too much other than add to the body count. Like, show that Nica can stand up and she's strong as Chucky. Go outside. Some of the dolls stay to pretend not to be covered in blood. I don't know how that's going to work out for them, but
no one's ever gonna... Well, it will work out for them because I've said this in every episode and I have to say it again. Dolls don't kill people.
Of course. We just write in the blood of people that says Chucky did it, and nobody really thinks to look at the nanny cam until it's too late. Well,
I just had to make sure I got it out there. So I've got to remember 2 more times. That's going to be my catchphrase for this whole series.
Tiffany shows up, and Nica, Chucky greets him and kisses Jennifer Tilly. And they're like,
the least sexy kiss I've ever seen. No, there was a pretty unsexy kiss in one of the other movies we watched, and I can't even remember what it was. But this one, I'm like, oh, do we have to be that close? Like, these two clearly do not want to be kissing each other.
I guess. You said thumbs down on this one?
Yeah, I'm thumbs down on just the love interest between Chucky, Nica, and Tiffany. And then the unnecessary Tiffany doll in the back.
She also got on the internet. She did the voodoo.
And so everybody's got a Horcrux, and everybody's splitting their souls into as many pieces as
Yeah,
possible.
like at any point, Chucky could have put himself into something that doesn't show up until the third or fourth season of the series. So,
For real. When you say that you can put your soul into anything, then you can just make things up forever. Like, congrats, you've created a new X-Files. Everything is a possessed Chucky.
yeah. So they drive away with extra Tiffany doll, and the entire institution is killed behind them. And that's
Now,
where the franchise ends.
did you watch to the end of the credits?
I think, yes, I did, because I did notice it was not done.
Yep. So we had one last cameo. She appears in the credits, but my girl Kyle is back. Oh man, I was so happy to see Kyle.
I had to take a minute to be like, who could this person be? And then I was like, okay. Well, we did get Andy back, and it's kind of a fan service. Yeah, okay.
Yep.
She's here. I'm glad
As
for
I
that.
said, we gotta have Kyle. She was only in that one movie, but she had such a big impact on me in that movie. And I've been kind of bummed out that she hasn't been a part of the franchise. So, yeah, bring Kyle back. And from what I hear, she's got an even bigger role in the TV series that we're not going to watch.
Yeah.
But, yep, as you said, and I will second it, this ends the prime Chucky franchise. The
wiki doesn't even list the reboot.
Really? That is wild.
As part of like the film that comes after is the television series. I'm like, but I'm pretty sure there's a movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if like the franchise films, Child's Play doesn't come after Cult of Chucky. So I mean, I'm going to watch it, but I'm not expecting Brad Dourif to be the voice. So I may be disappointed again. It's not a reboot. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. I think I could be wrong. I've never watched it. Nope, I'm not wrong. I found it. The first episode of the television series called Chucky came out October 21st, 2021, 2 years after the reboot. 2 years after the reboot.
It must be that bad then.
I mean, they brought back Brad Dourif, they brought back Andy, they brought back
for the series.
Everyone. Yeah.
This is our Australian Bond because it's Mark Hamill.
Really?
That's interesting.
That's a good choice.
I'm like, he maybe wasn't as discerning about his roles. I'm like, that's fine because
he's only got one villain voice.
Yeah.
So get ready for a Joker sounding Chucky coming up.
Okay, I'll watch it.
Did you ever play the very first Darksiders? Where you were, so it takes place like I think 100 years after the apocalypse, and you play as War, one of the four horsemen, and you get bound to this demon-like shadow soul type thing. It's the wisecracking sidekick for the entire game, but it's Mark Hamill, and he sounds like the Joker the whole time. And so, like, I love Mark Hamill. I love his Joker. It is his only villain voice, and it's what we're going to probably get coming up next week.
We'll give it a shot. I do think I am getting a little tired of Child's Play. Not that I'm positive that reflects in my score, because this was not the greatest Chucky. It existed after my mostly enjoyable twist movie. But yeah.
Well, before you give the score, let me tell the
Too late.
audience that on this podcast, we do ratings, not grades. The primary difference is where you find the average. In a grade, the average is a 7 out of 10, so you raise all the lower scores up and you make everything feel good, even when it's bad. But here we say nay, the average should be the middle, and the middle is a 5 out of 10. Therefore, if we say a movie is a 5 out of 10, that just means that it is an average movie. So finally, Justin, go ahead. Tell us if you've got a score.
I've given it sufficient thought. It's not my favorite Chucky movie. It's not my least favorite. But it is near the bottom. Like, I really enjoyed probably the previous one more than I should have. I don't know. It just felt like if you could raise the first half of that movie, it would be an even better movie. Because man, the twist, and like there's only a couple of murders in that one, like half as many as this one. But it just is a little bit better. I put this one at 5 as completely average. It is not necessary viewing unless you really want to get ready for the series. I think it sounds like the series is a lot of after this, and maybe the series redeems itself. Could be. But I'm happy with 5. I don't there's the murders are semi spectacular, kind of just happen to try out some new murders. Like, what if we use a drill on somebody's eyeball? It's like, okay, let's make an ad lib out of some stuff to make Chucky do the next thing. But yeah, I don't have much to defend. I don't have much to praise. It's
just right there.
Yeah.
You know, I'm also at a 5. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm equally at a 5 because, and I've already said it, I said exactly why it's at a 5. Story sucks, but it's the best looking movie in the whole franchise. So my argument for watching it would be it's got some moments and it looks great. But my argument for skipping would be if you're not planning on watching the TV series, stop at Curse of Chucky. It really was like such a good return for the franchise. Stop. Yeah. So this one kind of leaves a sour taste in your mouth, but at the same time, it's got just enough good stuff to not make you, or at least not make me offended by it. So I think 5 is very fair, which obviously means that we have a show average of a 5 out of 10. Yep, nice and expected. And and that means that next week we are going to do the reboot 2019's Child's Play. I can say words.
It's a remake of the first one, essentially, is what I'm reading.
I think so. Yeah. Which means technically we're going to have 3 versions of the original story by the time we get to the end, because Curse of Chucky was also meant to be a soft remake of the original, where it was a single family, a single kid. Obviously, they didn't do anything else similar to the original Child's Play. So I'm interested in seeing if they try to stick closer to the original with this one.
Maybe. I don't know. I'd be interested in the production notes of why did we bring back Child's Play without Brad Dourif?
Yeah, and that's one of those risks that sometimes doesn't pay off. I'm trying to think of Hellboy. There was the reboot of Hellboy. Yeah. And I don't think that did very well. And I think most people were angry that they had recast the original actor. And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't love the original Hellboys, but man, does it fit Ron Perlman, right?
Oh, yeah. He is so good as Hellboy. He's genuinely one of the best versions of that character. But my boy, I always forget his name.
Hopper.
I don't think Hopper. It's like, I don't think you like him very much. He did his turn as Hellboy, and I thought it was fine, but I'm biased because every once in a while people say I look like him, so I want the best for Hopper.
And then wasn't there one more person?
There might be, because there might have been another reboot that I just don't know about.
Right.
But this is, if we ever do one of the behemoths like Star Wars, even though it won't allow us to do anything with the TV shows, I'm going to just say right now, I think the biggest mistake that Disney made was not recasting the original cast. Like, have a younger person playing young Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
Like, just let new actors do things.
If they can act like it's still a character, like, and if they look a little bit or can be made to look like them, like, go for it.
Yep, 100%. So I'm not as bothered by the recasting, but we'll have to see, because now that you've told me who it is who was cast, that might change everything for me.
For the better, maybe. We'll see.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll find out next week. But for this week, let me just say, thank you so much for listening. We appreciate that you have given us the last hour of your time. And if you enjoyed it enough to give us a like or a comment or a rating, we would love that as well, because that is a way to tell the algorithm that, this show might be good for other people who enjoy great podcasts such as you. Obviously hit that follow or subscribe button, whatever helps. If you've got a friend who loves the Chucky movies, send this episode to them. Send all the episodes to them, because sharing is caring, and it's showing that you care about us. And then, of course, as I mentioned earlier, we've got an email. So if there's a podcast, let me try that again. If there is a franchise that you want us to check out, send us an email, potatochippicturespod@gmail.com. And then, of course, I'd love to know if you heard any weird Z's that we talked about and you were like, well, I watched the rated version and that never happened. Go ahead and send us an email and let us know what was different, because I just don't have the interest level to go look it up myself. And I could always just put it back in, but no, I'm not going to do that. So I guess until next week, watch your ankles. Goodbye. Bye.